Hi, I'm Dawn and I'm with the Twisted Sisters here at Crafted, where we do all handmade goods. Our booth is set up as kind of a gift booth. We have 3 jewelers, we have a t-shirt maker, and various things, cards, books, so you can always get gifts here. I'm going to do something really simple today. It's a wire wrapped bracelet, and it's pretty basic. What I'm going to do is make a real simple wire wrap bracelet. And what you do first is you take your 18 gauge wire and you measure out about 15 inches. So you've got 12, whoops. And then you just snip it. And then you take your wire smoother and just get it kind of straight. You know, make sure it's nice and smooth. And then you're going to take your wire and sort of just kind of bend it so that you can see where halfway point is, about here. And then you just want to make a little loop at the bottom. So you just wrap it around your block things, connectors, and you just pull it real tight. And then you're going to take the flat nose pliers and you're going to make this a little flat right here. And that's going to be where your clasp goes and connects. And then you're going to take your flat nose pliers again and you're going to just bend it a little bit on each side because you want to fit the bead in between the 2 wires. And then what I usually do is count out with 24 gauge wire about 4 or 5 times the length of the bracelet that you've already cut. And just to make sure, I'm going to go 5 times. And then to start, you just kind of wrap your wire around the end, kind of get it tight. Okay, so then you're going to bead your first, and I'm using these natural agate. They're faceted agate stones. The colors are really pretty and the faceting gives it a little glow, so it's a nice, got a dark one, can't find the hole. Ah. Well, that. So you wire your bead on, and then just take it, wrap it twice around the bottom wire, go back up to the top, wrap it twice around the top, and get your next bead. And you just continue that for about, you want it to be about 6 3/4 inches long total to the end of the beads, because at the end we're going to make a clasp to put on it. So I will go to the next step then. Okay, so when it measures, you've wrapped all your beads all along the 2 wires, in between the 2 wires. You measure, it measures about 6 3/4 is pretty average. You take your last, wrap the last thing, squeeze it tight so there's no ends out, and then you take your flat nose wires and you just kind of bend it out at the end, like so, and give it a little trim, because what you're going to do is make a little loop at the end. So it's about, I don't know, 1/2 inch long. And then you take your round nose pliers and you just make a little loop, like so, on each side. So you've got a nice little place for your clasp, because you're going to make a homemade clasp so that the bracelet won't come apart on your wrist. And all you do is you take about 4 or 5 inches of the 18 gauge wire, and then you just figure out where the middle is and kind of bend it in half with your flat nose pliers. Give it a little lift at the end, and then go right to where the lift is and bend it all the way back. And that's a real simple clasp, right like that. And then you go to this end and you bend the 2 wires up. You want to make 2 more loops to go into the loops. So you cut it off about another 1/2 inch, enough to make another loop. Round nose pliers, 2 loops, almost closed, kind of open them, and then you just slide them into these 2 little loops right here, close them up, and then you can form the bracelet around a mandrel. They have, you know, bracelet mandrels. You just kind of form it into a bracelet shape, and you've got your little hook and your little bracelet, and that's it.
Hi, my name's Mary and I'm from Twisted Sisters, and today I'm going to show you how to make these fun spiders for Halloween. They're great to use with your old beads if you just have 1 or 2. What you're first going to do is you're going to use 24 gauge wire. You're going to cut 4 pieces 5.5 inches long. So I've already got 3 pieces cut. So here is going to be my last piece. So there you go. So we're going to stretch them, make sure they're nice and straight. We're going to put on the large bead cap. And find the hole. And the body. Then the other large bead cap. So both curved ends are on the bead. Then we're going to put the small bead cap, the smaller bead, and then the smaller bead cap. So here we have our body. Then what we're going to do is we're just going to twist, put the bead cap at a 90-degree angle. Now we're ready to put our legs on. So here we're going to take all of our legs, bend and fold them in half so we get our band. Okay, so now we're going to take the legs, put them between the 2 bead caps and twist. This is what we're going to end up with now. Our legs are twisted between the 2 bead caps. You're going to spread them out, and we're going to take our needle nose plier and put a loop at one end of the smaller bead cap. Now comes the fun part. We're going to put the beads on our legs. I like to use really bright bicone crystals. This way it gives our spiders some pizzazz. So you start out with 2 small, and then 1 bugle bead, and then this one, it doesn't matter what kind of crystals you want to use, as long as they're nice and bright and cheery. These spiders aren't going to be scary. Put your crystal on, another bead, your bugle bead, a seed bead, another crystal, another seed bead. So we've got 2 crystals on there. We're going to take and cut about a 1/2 inch out. Watch your legs so they don't go flying. Take the small point of your needle nose pliers and twist it up. There, we've got 1 leg done. You'll just go along and keep doing your legs until you get them all done. And here you will end up with your spider. That's how you make your Halloween spiders.